Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, and welcome to my post-market wrap-up on this very lovely Thursday. It really wasn't lovely, but I'm just going to say that. Someone earlier had said that we are swimming in an ocean of loveliness, and I guess that is kind of true. Thank you for that. I just think that's terrific. But at the same time, we have to consider what's going on around us. And it should be very evident to you, but I want to put a little light on a few things that we found out about today. And again, none of this is a real secret to you, but when you hear it, when it starts coming out, stuff I've been talking about for a while, it really kind of hits home in a way. So we're going to talk about that. So let's start off with the basics. Let's talk about this market. A flat day. That's how we ended. Stocks were up triple digits, down triple digits. Ended up kind of at the flat line. This volatility, you all know that, and I've been explaining this to you for months, is going to continue. This is just the way the market is right now. And understand, this is also the norm. Prior to the Federal Reserve taking over these markets in 2008, propping everything up, stocks only going in one direction, this is normal. This is a normal environment. It just seems kind of out of the norm because for a decade now, stocks have been doing only one thing, but go up. So this is okay. I mean, welcome to the real world. And we're going to talk about more real world things in a moment. So again, stocks finished flat, bonds finished flat, dollar finished flat, metals finished flat. I honestly did not check on what cryptocurrencies did towards the end of the day. They were under pressure earlier. Whatever. But let's talk about a few things here that seem to be slipping the minds of most people. First of all, you're not naive enough to believe we actually live in a democracy anymore, are you? I hope not. And you're also not naive enough to believe that the environment we are in is real in any way. And we literally live in a socialist state right here in the United States. Let's put a little light on that real quick. So we find out that states have been raiding pension funds. People are counting on these things to retire. They've been paying into them for decades. States took it upon themselves, where they get the permission to do it, who knows. They're raiding pension funds so they could fund other projects, unfunded liabilities, keeping the nanny state alive. Does that sound like a democracy to you, or does that sound like socialism to you? How about this? This came out yesterday. Subsidies for farmers, nearly $1 trillion in subsidies. Subsidies is a nice way of saying socialism. Where does that cash come from? We don't have it. Either we have to borrow it from Mother Nation, or it comes from the Federal Reserve. Printing cash out of thin air. All that debt goes on your back, on your children's back. I mean, you got to be nuts. Then we have this, what appears to be, sincerely, a student loan debt bubble that's bursting. We've been hearing about the student loan debt bubble for the longest time. Now it actually seems to be bursting because you got default after default after default. So what does that mean? There's going to be bailouts there too. So what does that sound like to you? Again, you are not naive enough to think that we live in a democracy. Look, nothing is what it seems. We're already existing in a socialist state. It came in through the back door where they were keeping everybody asleep with distractions. Look here, don't look here. But wake the freak up, okay? This is the way it is, period, the freaking end. And the grand finale of all of this is when this fake environment corrects to fair value. The reset everyone talks about. I have to laugh at that because there are so many people out here that believe that the reset is going to be a nice, smooth transition. And people are just going to go about their merry business. What the reset means, and it's coming, we are going to get a correction to fair value. There's no doubt about it. But what this means is a two-tier society will emerge, the middle class will exist no more, and many, many, many people are going to lose their lives here. Just like the Great Depression, but worse this time. So for all you people who are in some kind of a deluded state that believe that the reset is going to be a nice, gleeful thing for you, you might not even be around to enjoy it. Wake up. Period. I'm so sick of hearing about it. It's off the Richter scale, truly. People have no idea what's going on. Look, here's the thing. This is all I do. I have no other job. I trade these markets. I study these markets. I understand these markets. This is it. I am not distracted by another job or anything else. This is all I do around the clock. So I think my perspective is very clear and should make sense to all of you here that follow this blog. And it all comes down to what I've been explaining for years now. And I believe this. You know I do. We are responsible for each other. We got to get the message out here. I don't do this for fun. I do this because I believe in it and I believe in you. That's the truth. I got your back. And I hope you got mine too. That's what it comes down to. That's it. And I don't think people understand the gravity or how grave the scenario is that is going to unfold at one point here. More easy money, more money printing, unfunded liabilities, borrowing into oblivion. We just found out that the deficit from last month exploded. Are you surprised? No, because I've been explaining this to you. It's just playing out. Debts and deficits are going to continue to explode. Where does the cash come from? We borrow it. We print it out of thin air. That's why every single leader, including President Trump, is in bed with their central bank. Period. There is no grand plan here. The grand plan is the middle class is going to lose, and lose bigger than you can possibly imagine, and I mean than you can possibly imagine here. It's the truth. But, you know, there are some that are so dumbed down, they have no conception of what they're talking about when they allude to some type of a plan here, when they allude to some type of a grand scheme because Trump is so freaking smart. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, I understand that there are some out here with a very low IQ, but I can't believe there's some with that low of an IQ. I just can't believe that. You got to learn to use your own intellect. Put this together. Look at what's going on around you and ignore the distractions. You understand? It's that simple. With that said, I think this is important. What I'm covering here, if you do, please, I would always love to see a thumbs up. I would always love to see you share this. Get it out there so people can understand what's unfolding around them. It's some type of a twisted reality, and it is not real. And believe me, it's going to become very real at one point. Very, very real. And that's going to be interesting, let me tell you. All right, look, with that said, I'm going to keep this video rather short because I really do want you to share it, get it out here, let people understand what's going on, and maybe we can smack a few people and let them wake up because it's time to wake up, really. I'm not kidding. All right, with that said, I'll see you in the morning. Over and out.